What's up everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to another session of Final Fantasy Tactics, the War of the Lions version. Now, I need to do a little bit of a PSA before starting this session because there's been one thing that has been on my mind for quite some time with this game. Before I start any playthrough, one thing I tend to do is to have a look at howlongtobeat.com just to get like a ballpark figure of how long a game is roughly going to take for me to complete, and the kind of difference between doing like a relatively normal run versus doing side quests and completion and that kind of stuff. So look at the gap between those two numbers. And basically that implied to me that this game does have side material that's not part of the main story. Now, I also know that the game seems to have 4 chapters from what I've seen. I didn't dig too deep to not spoil myself, but I literally just typed it in, and the first results seem to imply that there's 4 chapters in the game. And we're already on chapter 4, and we're like 33, 34 hours in. And I'm like, where's the side quest? Because I had a look at the errands in the last session, and to me, I'm like, yeah, but surely that can't be the extent of the side quest in this game. Like, you don't even battle, there's no story there, like, that can't be it. So where the hell's the side quest? Because, like, I've done everything there is to do so far, from what I can see, and I don't think there's been any optional paths that have appeared, or like a different color or anything like that, and I'm just like, what's going on? Like, are there side quests? What am I missing here? And so, even though it is a blind run, that's one thing I think for the sake of the playthrough and like my own kind of ability to kind of, I guess, demonstrate and experience the game to the best of my ability, I did search for it and I wanted to find out where are the side quests, like how does it work? And I guess in some ways I was a bit lucky because literally the side quests pretty much start from exactly where I'm at in the story. And so I think there's at least about 7 or 8 of them, and I think there's a couple of new ones that have been added for the War of the Lions version. Now, frustratingly, the first one that apparently appears after basically one of the fights we had here. Yeah, after Rio Vane's castle, the first side quest appears. Now, unfortunately, some of them have prerequisites, and if you don't meet them, I assume maybe they just don't appear at all. I'm not sure about that side of it. But this one is a War of the Lions exclusive quest that's been added. It's called Agrias' Birthday. And in order to be able to do it, again, this is the blind run aspect. Obviously, I had no idea what this quest was, what the requirements are, any of that stuff. You need to have 500,000 gil, for starters, apparently, for some reason. And then you need to have Alicia and Lavian in the party as well. And obviously, those guys I don't have because I kind of made them move on. They were just like guest characters anyway. So unfortunately, Agrias' Birthday, I do not have. This is one where maybe like at the end of the game, I'm going to have a look at like save editors and like cheats and that kind of stuff. Maybe there's a way to just basically fire up a save, like this one, for example. Just hack that stuff in and just have a look at the quest. I'm not sure what it entails, or if it's just an Easter egg. Like, is it a scene? Because Agrias' Birthday doesn't sound like a battle one to me. So maybe it's a bit more of a fun Easter eggy kind of one. But in any case, I don't have that one, and there's pretty much nothing I can do to get it at this point. I don't already want to start getting into hacking stuff, and I had nowhere near 500,000 gil anyway, so it wouldn't be a fair representation of how I played the game so far. So I think they've designed that one as a little bit of a, you're probably not going to get there on a first-time blind playthrough. You just wouldn't have those ingredients, I think, a lot of the time. So that's the situation with that one. But then luckily, the next one is called Haunted Mine, and apparently it appears after Battle 32, and the only requirement is that you have Mustadio in your party. And Battle 32, it should have been the Rio Vane's castle one. So I need to find out how you find these haunted mines. Like, how does that work? That part of it, like, again, to not spoil myself, I didn't dig into like how do you do the quest and all of that kind of stuff. It's just more of a, I guess if it's haunted mines, that kind of makes sense. So we're going to use some save states to explore around a little bit. I think I already went here though, but I'm going to have a little look. Maybe it appears as like an extra thing in the caverns, in the taverns, sorry, not caverns. So we're going to have a look at this aspect a little bit, because I've enjoyed the game a lot, and it's definitely one where I want to experience the side quests as much as I can. Like, might be some optional, really tough, cool battles and stuff. So I'm looking forward to that. So we're going to kind of leave these for just a second, and I'm going to see if I can get here. Sorry, here. So let's see what happens here. Tavern. Does it appear under errands? No. I think for at least for this one, it might be worth... It might be worth looking up how to even trigger it. Like, is there supposed to be a new point that appears on the map? Or you have to know like which specific location to go to, because obviously there's nothing here. So I think just for this one, just to trigger the first side quest, I want to find out how it is. Or maybe I haven't done the battle I think I have, but I should have. Okay, so you have to start by going to the Clockwork City of Gaug. So again, this is the kind of thing that I just wouldn't have known to do. And this is far away, like, I swear, wasn't it around here somewhere? Sheesh. Yeah, I would never have thought to come here, basically. Like, it's just too far away. So if you have Mustadio in your party, and you go here, I believe we can start this side quest. So, yeah, if anyone that wants to kind of push on with the story, I do apologize, but this game has been so good and I've been enjoying it so much, I definitely want to get a taste of the side quests, and there could be some really cool material in them as well. So we're going to take a break from the story, and we're going to do a bit of side questing. It might be a few hours, I have no idea. We're just going to make a move and see how we do. Now, I think by and large, you shouldn't really play it the way I'm playing it in terms of trying to mostly skip the random encounters along the way. I might end up being really underleveled and just get completely destroyed in the side quest. If that happens, then I might have to do a bit of sort of... I won't record it, but I'll maybe just start doing the random encounters to get more powerful. But I just kind of want to move it forward a bit more quickly. So I think when this happens, I'm just going to reload states and just try to largely skip through if I can. Nice. So, let's try and get there. Yeah, so a scene begins. That's a good start. So, this is a side quest at the moment. So, this is the device you mentioned. The same. Unearthed just as digging began on Tunnel 57. I thought to disassemble it, but I haven't the slightest inkling of how to begin. An iron sphere. Curious. Nice music. What just happened? Was it reacting to the aura site? This is a most peculiar symbol. Zodiac, alright. So what next? I think while I'm here in each of these cities, I need to have another look at the outfitters, because they might have some different cool stuff that I'm missing right now. Nothing better than the mithril gun, annoyingly. Hunting is 6. This is 4. Maybe I should just have one of these. And the shoes, got the bombs. Yeah, that's fine. We move. So it doesn't really tell you, maybe from here, like, when you're going to go to the mines again. Again, I'd literally just read the first line of how to begin the quest line. Haven't done anything else. This fight I'm going to do, because I don't know if something might appear as a result. As I say, increasingly with these fights, we're just going to kind of give you almost a bit more of a just play-by-play kind of thing. Just like quickly skip through, not show as much decision-making, not commentate as much. Especially if you see just like it's goblins and stuff again. We've seen those a bunch of times now. That's still the one area I'm not like totally impressed, like the quote-unquote random encounters, but we have a Malboro, so this automatically makes things way more interesting. This is what I've been hoping to see, just a bit more of these kind of unique enemies, and so that's nice. So scratch everything I said. We're gonna watch this fight now. Maybe start by going here or something. Surely weak to fire. 80. 267 HP as well, though. But let's not make assumptions. Maybe it's weak to something else. Spark Bomb. No, it's not weak to any elements by the look of things, so... let's do Spark. We have the most of those. Actually, let's have a look at this too. 80. 80. Fine. Okay. Gonna start here. does have a counter, but won't matter. I have a feeling, especially if we're going to do side quests, this whole like, oh, I'm just going to skip random encounters, it'll be fine. I think we're going to get increasingly destroyed if we try to play like that, so I think I will need to... And well, obviously you get more funds, pick up a bit more equipment, like there's obviously a lot of value to doing these. Pull one of those. She did get poisoned because of the swamp, but whatever. I think Mustadio, let's just go straight for it. 64. Honestly, I'm going to move on the Malboro first. $64 again. What if I try Immobilize? 58%, that's not bad. Ah, damn it. Yeah, this guy's too far to join the action for now. That's fine. Agrius. I'm gonna go here. $80, silence. 85, confuse. Let's give it a go. Okay. Richard. This guy, man. Teleportation's become increasing. Like, the second there's anything blocking the way, it's just not good. Let's see. Wow, that's some bad range. Ah. Yeah. All of these summons basically have the same range. Does Lich have a different one? No. Maybe like if you get Bahamut or something, it does, but... yeah, not the greatest start of all time. Might as well just haste himself. Okay. Right, what you gonna do? Nothing yet. That's good. I'm gonna let the Malboro get some turns. I feel like if I really, in this set of turns, I can probably kill the Malboro, but I'm gonna let it go. Oh no! Did I put myself in the path of Divine Ruination? Whatever. Let's see if Rashad can do that. Yeah, he really does need a clear line of sight. It makes all the difference. Target the unit. Might as well use that Asuna here. Get rid of the poison. Always something in the way. Let's try here. He's going to put himself in the line of fire for the Malboro, but it's fine. 64. Good shot. Against a bird, like face on, I thought it might be less chance. And this is a good thing about the summon, so it's going to try and move there, but like, if that was a spell, we'd have friendly fire problems here. But we won't now. Okay, there it is. 46 JP. Wow. Depth 1. I don't think that matters really. Okay. But I mean, even for the random encounters, we're looking pretty good right now. Let's see what it can do. Just crunches, tentacles, blocked. Wow. I need to see like the bad breath, but it's not happening. I think already here it's basically game over. But it's depth 2 all around it, so I think we're better off throwing or blasting here. 66. Let's do it. Might be one of those where we pick up something good from it on a kill. So it might be worth hanging out. Yeah, so I might keep the bird alive on purpose here. Yeah. Yeah. I kind of tried to give it a chance, but it's kind of... not as good as I thought. Get immobilized. Let's just double check here that at depth 2 you can't attack. Yeah. So this is for like future reference. Nice. Okay, so this fight's over. I'm just going to skip ahead to when I pick stuff up. Yeah, so once again, the monster is only 4 HP and MP. Still don't think there's been a single time when it's actually taught me an ability from a monster. Okay, so the Malboro disappeared, but left behind a crystal instead of a chest, of course. Nah, I thought maybe like a more special enemy like the Malboro would let you do something, but once again it was a bit of a waste of time, but whatever, let's just finish this quickly now. I've already been doing a whole bunch of just like taking turns to do stuff, but let's just finish this now. The Stadio should be able to get this done. Alright, there we go. So nothing special here. The Malboro didn't do any bad breath or anything like that, but it's probably not going to be the last one we encounter, so let's just move it on. We've got a lot to do. Only 9,300. Damn, it's not great. Yeah, so my logic is that we still need to go back to the mines, so I'm gonna... if I go back to the mines and nothing triggers from this quest, I'm gonna just, again, look it up. They're not like super intuitive. That wasn't exactly like the longest, most in-depth conversation of all time. Nice. Yeah, I've got a bunch of this crap already. I guess we should get something for the samurai too, just in case I want to try it. It can be dual wielded as well, interestingly enough. Yeah, I might have to just get myself one of those as well. And I need to keep an eye on the high potions as well, because I'm using them for auto potion. Right, mining town of Gold. Let's... I'm hoping something happens there. It's literally called Haunted Mine, so... No? What the hell is going on? Ugh, fine. I'm missing something. Oh wow, okay. These side quests are hard to do, so like my logic was correct to come here, and that's only my quote-unquote logic was because I knew the quest was called Haunted Mine. Otherwise I probably would have been scrambling around a lot more wondering what to do next. Then you do go to the tavern, but I was kind of wondering if something new pops up here when you have a side quest, like a new thing. But you go to the rumors, and then you go to the Haunted Mine. So this is how, like, this is very easily missable if you don't look this up and you don't know what to look for. For this one, I am glad I looked it up. Like, blind run everything is great for me, but I need to, like, this is exactly, for me, the reason I do these blind runs is because I try to play it as close to how I would play it if I wasn't uploading content on YouTube. And I know for sure that even if I was playing completely like in my own time, for the side quests, I would have looked it up and been like, how do you even trigger them? Like, what's going on? Because obviously I want to do them. So let's have a look at this. Monsters have taken up residence in one of the many coal mines in Golland. The local government sent out a call for knights to slay the beasts, but the war has made finding able-bodied men difficult. Anxious to rid of the monsters, the government is now offering a reward for any commoner who can slay them. One can only hope that such a hero will be found soon. So you read that, and then what? Again, I'm just reading them step by step. So it says you need to do that. And then what do we do? Interesting. Good day to you. Might I interest you in a drink? Mayhap you might. Have you any milk? I like you already. I've not had a customer order milk before. You've seen your share of battle, have you not? Most men as live that sort of life come wanting spirits. You mean to say the stories were true? There are monsters in Golland? Hordes of them, causing all sorts of trouble. They had to close the mines. Times as these, knights are too busy slaying each other to deal with beasts. The towns raised a call for hunters. You can swing a sword, eh? There's coin to be had in this. I care not for coin. I would go to aid the people in their plight. A man of honour, are we? Few enough of those these days. If only Lord Barbonoth was still alive, he'd do something about it. As I was meaning to say, though, there's one among them no hunter can best, of course. A keen one, eh? What manner of beast? A beast of legend, the holy dragon. I like the sound of that. You mean to go? Yes, at least to know if the talk is true. Gods be with you, then. Here's some milk to help you along the way. If you leave for the mines of Golland, would you not hire my sword to accompany you? Interesting. I do not believe we've made acquaintance. I am Bearwolf, a hunter. I pursue the holy dragon of which they speak. It has been my purpose for many a year. My knowledge of her would surely be a boon. What say you? How much gold does your blade require? Do it for free? We can speak of coin when the job is done. Come, let us make for Golland. Alright, nice. Now, does he join as a guest, or is he like a permanent party member you can recruit? So I like this. This side quest structure is cool. Like, they make you work for it, and it's easily missable, and those kind of things are always a bit of a double-edged sword, where obviously on a blind run, and if you completely missed it, and you missed some really good ones, you're going to be a bit annoyed by the end of it, because you're like, I've generally tried to do everything, but just because I didn't go to all the way over here, and then go here and read the rumors, and like, I think it's pretty easily missable. But for those who did find it without a guide, or for those who, like me, looked it up and found it, you're very glad that you did. So I think let's have a look at the party roster now. And woof, it's getting busy now. So he is a guest, and he's a Templar. There's a lot going on here. Persephone, level 31. Holy shit. Okay. We still haven't used these guys, but I feel like maybe there's going to be a niche scenario in which they're going to be useful to me. So I'm going to... There's a lot of chocobos here. They're kind of taken over. I'm going to get rid of the lower ones. Level 25. How did we get so many? Holy crap. The chocobo's been going a bit wild here. Too much breeding going on. If only with that easy in Final Fantasy VII. This way, I'm going to have a gold chocobo without even trying. Level 25, level 23, level 25. Okay, let's keep getting rid of these. Do have this purple, well, this might be a black chocobo, but... 25, 25. Okay. So we got... I'm going to try to keep one of each type, maybe, still. Right, let's have a look at this guy. Diamond Sword, all this diamond stuff. Spellblade. Bro's a Mystic. Templar. Mystic. Maybe after this quest he becomes like a permanent party member. So let's have a look. Absorb MP. He won't be able to learn anything else, but this is already pretty good. Hesitation being only 100 is really cheap. I think we'll leave him as is for now. And we'll see how difficult this is. I mean, we do have a holy dragon to slay here, potentially. So, I think definitely worth putting our first save of the session in now. I think level-wise we're doing alright. I mean, level 32. I don't really know, like, what's sort of par for the course here. But I think we're doing pretty well. Let's see. Wow, we're already level 5 as a ninja? Holy crap. Yeah, I was looking into these. Dual wield with any job is also nice. Water walking. Oof. I mean, if it's worth 1,000, I think let's just play around with this a little bit. Just use that. And then I think next I will try Samurai a little bit. But he's a beast, man. He's doing really well. I think for this little section, I'm just going to have... I am going to equip the Vanish. Whoops. Let's just put it on, see what happens. Mustardio's been fine for a long time. I guess again with him, maybe it's better to just keep him as a chemist. And just have him use a gun as a chemist. Yeah, why not? At least he can basically learn like all of the items. He'll be the one guy that basically knows almost everything. There's still a couple more things for him, I guess. Yeah, auto potion. So just keep him there. Why not? We're wasting away like the JP that he's earning. So, like with her again, I think she kind of has everything she needs. I can't like foresee what else she would really need here. Only other option is... we could try to make her a white mage plus... basically, I'm thinking we could try and teach her a rise as a white mage. Obviously, that's way more effective than a Phoenix down. Let me just have a quick look at this. There's just obviously her HP really, yeah, I was going to say HP really drops badly. And her being a tank is also kind of part of the strategy for me, but... didn't she have it equipped swords? Yeah, so for now, as a white mage, she doesn't know anything, but I should probably just do a raise and a cure just so that she can actually use something. Okay, so we'll try this. At least then maybe I can do Holy Knight plus White Mage. Like, I feel like that would be a good combination for her, potentially.